Hello everyone, welcome back. So today guys, we are cooking a very simple Kenyan dish called Githeri. So guys, it's a very simple recipe with very few ingredients and it will not take much of your time. So the first thing we need the main ingredient is the maize and beans. So guys, let's get to it. If you are new here, kindly subscribe to my channel. For those that are my subscribers, welcome back and thank you for tuning in. So let's get to it. I'm using a fresh maize from the farm. So this is my fresh maize. I'm going to remove the covers from the maize, as you can see. So I'm going to make a githeri for at least 10 people. So I'm using 6 pieces of fresh corn. So the first thing I'm going to do is to remove the corn from the cob. So I'm going to remove the maize from there, and I'm using my knife, as you can see. So I'm going to remove one by one. I have to use the knife because they're very soft. I can't use my hands to remove it. So I'm just going to use the knife to remove them one by one until I finish them. So guys, I finished removing the maize from the cob. So these are my fresh maize that I'm going to use to cook my githeri. Then I'm going to prepare my beans. So I'm going to use yellow beans, Kenyan yellow beans. You can use any type of beans, but I like to use yellow beans because of it doesn't have gas. So do not disturb someone when after eating. So I'm going to wash my beans. So after selecting my beans, I wash it. So my beans are clean. I'm going to drain. Then I will soak my beans for at least 1 hour before I go ahead and turn it to cook. So after that, I will boil water. Then I will turn in my maize into the boiling water, followed by my beans. So followed by my soaked beans. So I'm going to put everything together like that. Then I will leave it to cook. Give it 3 hours or so or less. So my githeri is ready. As you can see, I just turn off the heat and is very ready. So I'm going ahead to cook it, guys. So I'm starting by chopping my onions. So these are my onions. Then I'll go ahead and chop my carrots. I'm just using a few of them. You can chop in bigger sizes, smaller sizes, whatever you prefer. I'm just going to chop in these sizes because it's what I prefer. And it's also optional, guys. You can use the carrots or you can choose not to use it. It's still okay. the githeri will still taste the same, but I like to use carrots to cook my githeri. So this is the carrots I chopped. This is enough for my githeri. You can chop more or less depending on the size of your githeri. We shall go ahead and chop our tomato. I'm using just one tomato, one big one is okay. If the githeri is a lot, then you have to use more of it, more of a tomato. But if it's just small size like my own, I'm just going to use one, is okay. So I'm going to slice my tomatoes. As you can see, and guys, this is my favorite meal. If I tell people that githeri is my favorite dish, they don't believe it. They will be like, seriously? Of all the food you choose githeri? But I really like githeri, guys. If you like githeri like me, comment down below. Let's know each other, the githeri lovers. So I'm done chopping my tomatoes. So I'm going ahead to start the process of making our githeri, guys. So in a pot, I'll put oil and let it heat. Then I'll turn in my onions for it to fry. So let it fry for a bit, a minute or so. Then we'll put our salt. We'll go ahead to put our salt. Then stir it as well. Then we'll come in with our tomatoes, guys. Put your tomatoes. Then you let it fry as well. Stir it and let it fry. So I'm going to stir my own. Then I'll let it fry for a minute or so. Then I'll come in and put my potatoes. I like to use potatoes to cook my githeri. It's optional. You can choose not to, but I like to just put a few of them in there. So I'm going to put my potatoes and let it fry as well. So once I put my potatoes, I'll come in and put my the carrots. So I'll go in with my carrots. Then I will stir and leave it to fry as well. So we just stir and leave it to fry. Then I'm using for taste, I'm using green spring onions. So I've chopped them and I'm turning it in. Then I will stir it as well. Then I will leave it to stir for some time, guys. I will leave it to fry for some time. I will close it in. So leave it for a minute or two. It's 2 minutes later, and I'm going to check in to see if everything is frying well. Then I will turn in my githeri. So I filtered the water that I used to cook githeri. So I'm going to pour in my githeri. So let's put in, guys. Then I'm going to use my spatula to turn it, to stir it. Just to mix well. So let's do it, guys. So you have to stir it well just to make sure that everything mix well. Because most of our potatoes are under. Then I'm going to go in with my chilies. Chili is optional, but I like to have a little chili taste on my githeri. So I'm going to put a little bit. I'm using dried chilies. You can use fresh. It doesn't matter, whatever you prefer, guys. Or you can choose to abstain from putting it. That's okay. I'm going to add in my salt because the one I had put before did not taste well. So I'll put my own, but I'm putting with moderation so that it doesn't pass. So just put in there, then you stir it again just for it to mix well. Then for the potatoes to cook well, because remember we put our potatoes, we have not allowed it to cook, add water. So add water, just 1 cup or so is enough, or less if you don't want too much water, too much soup in your githeri. So I've added my own, and I'm going to leave this one to cook for at least 10 minutes, 10 or less minutes, depending on how soft your potatoes are. So I'm going to close it in and allow it to cook, guys. Then I'll come in, put my Royco cubes. I'm using 2 Royco cubes. You can use Royco sachet, whatever it is, or Maggi, whatever your seasoning you want to use. But I'm using Royco cubes to season it. So I'm putting 2 pieces of it, as you can see. Then I will stir my githeri as well. So we are going to leave for another 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm going to close and allow it to cook for 2 to 3 minutes. So meanwhile, I'm going to chop my coriander leaves or dania. So I'm going to chop into small pieces because it's the last thing I'm going to put before I turn off the gas. So I'm going to chop it. Then we shall come and throw it in. So our githeri is already ready. So we just throw in our dania or coriander leaves. Sorry. So these are coriander leaves. I'm going to turn it in. Then I will stir it very well. I'll stir it very well, guys. Then I'll turn off my gas. So our githeri is ready, as you can see. So we shall dish our githeri and go ahead to have our meal. So this is our githeri, guys. As you can see, it looks very nice. The taste is out of this world. So you guys should go and try this recipe. It's very simple and it's the easiest Kenyan dish to cook. So try it, guys. It's very nice. So I'm going ahead to have my own. Enjoy, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.